Hi, everyone, all our moms and dads joining us this afternoon with Mama Magic. I'm Teixeira Murray. We're so excited this afternoon that we get to speak to the beautiful Linda Mtoba. She is a beautiful actress and she can be seen in The River. And I also know that she has become a mom about 7 months ago. So I'm very excited to chat to her this afternoon. She just recently became the Huggies ambassador. So we've got so much to talk to her about. And I know that she is as excited to join us. So if you just give me 1 second, I'm going to see if I can get her in. But please do post any questions that you have for Linda. She calls her beautiful little bundle Bean. So we're going to hear a lot more about Bean in just a few minutes. And I think she has joined me. Yes, I hope that works. I'm so excited to chat to you. So if you have any questions, as mentioned, please do post them. Please post your questions and we'll be asking. Hi there, Linda.
Hi guys, how are you?
I'm good. You are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So are you? I'm so glad to be
Can
here
you hear
today.
me?
Thank you guys for having me. Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. I know that it is such a rush being a mom. So thank you so much for giving us your time. And we're so excited to chat to you today.
I really
How
am
are you
excited to
doing
be here
today?
today. I am doing really well. Apologies for the slight delay, but as I said, being a mom is a lot of work and a lot of time management. So I am really sorry about being a bit late today, but I am fine. I am well. We are good. I think Dean is now finally going to sleep. So everything is going as planned.
Listen, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm a mom of two, so I get it. Our time is not our own. Every time we think we want to plan something, it just doesn't
Oh,
always work that way. So
mm.
that brings me to my first question, if you don't mind, Linda. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. I mean, I know a little bit about you, but for our viewers that don't know much about you, do tell us a little bit more about who Linda is.
Well, Linda is an actress, and I'm currently on The River, which plays, sorry, on One Magic and also on Mzansi Magic. And before that, I was on Ismaya. I would think that fairly new to the industry. I've been here for about 3 years, and it's been absolutely amazing. And now I've gained a brand new title that I actually love the most, which is a mom, and I'm Bean's mom. So I'm also a new mom, which is very, very exciting and something that I absolutely love and cherish deeply.
I love that. I also read up a little bit about the fact that you were a teacher before you became an actress. Do you want to tell me a little bit about
Mm.
that?
Well, I'm really am a person that believes in trying things to see if you like them or not first. And a person is always open to challenges, a person is always open to trying different things. So I was originally studying marketing management, and then I realized that I actually have a bit of a passion for teaching. So I said to myself, why don't I try that as well? So then I tried off first as an assistant teacher, and then I got to teach Zulu to grade R to grade one, which is really, really fun. And there's such amazing kids, and I love kids. I love being around kids as well. So it was really, really fun. I did that for about a year and a half, I think, yes. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I think that was probably going to be what I'm doing now if I wasn't acting.
I love that because I can tell you, as a professional teacher myself, you are a brave woman to have taught great arts, but kudos to you. You have obviously realized now that you are a mom that things aren't always the way it seems. So that brings me to wanting to find out from you, what does it feel like? I know you're a mom only of about 8 months. What does it feel like to be a new mom?
To be a new mom, I think I would describe it as a new journey that feels very familiar, because it's a new journey that I'm navigating my way, and I'm doing it my way, how I think I want to raise my child and how we feel as parents we want to raise our child. So it's really a completely different experience that is so exciting, but at the same time, it feels so normal to me. It feels like it's something I've done for a very long time. Um, there are things in life that you feel like you're not always really good at when you do them at first. I think being a mom is really one thing I'm really great at doing. Like I'm really momming so well. I'm so proud of myself and my husband for being a dad so well and us parenting so well. So in as much as it's very new, it feels very old. It feels like we've been doing this for so long. It feels like she's always been here, and it's just my whole life just makes sense right now.
So it's totally come natural to you. And
Yes,
I've been
yes,
following your page and I can see that it looks like something that is so easy. But the truth is, Linda, um, from one mom to another, the truth is there are challenging times.
of
What has
course.
been the most challenging thing for you as a new mom?
I think the most challenging thing for me would honestly have to be the breastfeeding because I was exclusively breastfeeding her for 6 months. And
Okay.
I'm still breastfeeding her now, but obviously she started having her solids. So I think for me, my biggest challenge would be the breastfeeding. I mean, there are moments where she doesn't want to latch properly. She wants to just have the bottle. I'm a person who, unfortunately, my work makes me travel and I can't work around home. So I have to probably leave her for a few hours and then come back again. So having to leave her and having to always be pumping and expressing milk when I'm not with her is something that is very,
Yeah.
very difficult for me to do, I must honestly say. And it's a really big sacrifice that every single day I have to get up in the morning and make a conscious decision that I'm going to still breastfeed her again and have to be happy for small little milestones and achievements. In a way, we did it for 6 months with her. I breastfed her for 6 months. I'm really
Yeah.
excited about that. I'm really happy I did that. Woo, 6 more months to go, you know, because I want to at least breastfeed her for about a year. So it's literally about getting by day, week by week, month by month, and eventually a year will fly by. And in the same breath, I feel as though time just doesn't stop. The
Yeah.
things that I want her to stop doing, I'm like, gosh, you're growing so quickly. Just slow down a little bit, you know? Let me just enjoy you as mine for a little bit before you start growing up so much. So the breastfeeding part for me is really one thing that I feel like we need to talk about more and try our best to understand each other about it because we live in such a time where breastfeeding moms are made to feel one uncomfortable in spaces for breastfeeding. I mean, I've
Yeah.
heard so many instances, excuse me, where moms are told to go breastfeed in the restrooms or they're
Yeah.
told they can't breastfeed their child in public. And I feel like that's one big challenge that we all face as women, you know, because in as much as you want to breastfeed, you don't want to be made to feel a certain way for doing it. So society
Absolutely.
really needs to change how they view breastfeeding moms and allow us to breastfeed more. Events that I attend, I have to carry my pump in a cooler bag and a cooler box with ice inside because I need to pump in
Yeah.
between the event and put it inside the box. So it's really, really just so much work. It really, really is. It's a full-on, full-time commitment. It's like being pregnant again, pretty much. If you're breastfeeding, it's literally like being pregnant again.
I totally hear you, and I can totally sympathize with you. I remember I've got two kids, like I said. With my
Mm,
son, I found breastfeeding so difficult. I managed only
mm.
to do it for 3 months. I felt completely like my whole life was dedicated to just breastfeeding.
It
With my
is. It
daughter, it
is
was so much easier. I ended up breastfeeding for a year. But the flip side was I went to work and she refused to take the bottle.
the bottle.
So I totally get what you say that you want to do it. It means so much to you. It means so much to baby. But at the same time, it can
There's
also
so
feel
much
like
stuff.
this huge
Yes.
mountain. Absolutely. But you're doing a good job.
Thank
So,
you so
like
much.
you said, take it one day at a time. So you and Bean have recently been selected as Huggies ambassadors. Talk to us about that. Yay!
It's really, really so amazing to be part of a family that was already a part of your family. Because
Yes.
from her first nappy change to us bringing her home, they were there with us. So I think it's
Oh,
really, really such an amazing moment when life comes full circle to you right back where you really started, which was her coming here and us having to use Huggies with her. And for me, I think I tell the story quite often, but the first proper nappy that I changed was my little brother's. Him and I have an age year gap. So by the time that I was able to start learning how to change nappies and stuff, the first one I changed was Huggies because my mom used the same brand. So I'm able to
wow.
use what my mother used for my child, that she used on my brother. And for me, I just feel that it really means a lot that we're able to transcend generations. So
It's
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 really
like
such an honor.
it's like you're saying, it's something that is nostalgic as well, because it's something that means so much for previous generations that has been part of your
Yes.
family. So I think that is so amazing. That is such a
Hmm.
beautiful journey to be on. And and I want to find out from you, the whole world basically, we're in lockdown. Has it impacted your journey of being a mom in a good way or a bad way? How's lockdown been?
It has impacted it in the most beautiful way. In the sense that obviously are things that I feel like she's missing out on that I want her to try. Like I wanted her to start swimming last month already, and she couldn't start swimming lessons because of the lockdown and the fact that we can't really be leaving our houses. I wanted her to go to the beach, I wanted her to see more people and go to the botanical gardens. I mean, there are things that I want her to experience, but you can always do it later on in life. But I'm able
Yeah.
to enjoy her fully right now because not for the lockdown, I probably would have been back at work a lot sooner as well. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
have had as much time to spend with her now. So I'm really just taking it every day and I just soak in all her love and I just let it consume me. I sit with her, I roll her on the floor and I look at her. I'm just like, I'm really grateful that I'm actually able to be here with you through all these things. And I'm actually able to have one more day with you, one extra week with you that I wouldn't have had if not for the lockdown. So I actually am quite grateful for the fact that I'm able to spend more time at home with her and my husband. So I'm really, really just happy about that. I think I'm very much a homebody anyway. Like I love being home. Like I am literally a homebody all day, every day. So it's just really, really amazing that I'm able to spend time with my family.
There's absolutely a blessing in being in lockdown with your family. You get to
Yes.
experience your children and, like you say, your husband in an absolutely new way. That is a
Mm,
blessing. And this is something that we have to look at the glass half full. We
precisely.
shouldn't always, like the world is like, yes, we all want to get out there, we want to go shopping, we want to do these things, but like you, I've also been able to just take in my children, and they've grown so much, and they have really
Mm.
blossomed. So I love the fact that you're experiencing that with Bean as well, and it's time that you will never be able to forget.
To
So
get back. And also the fact that when we do get back to work, we're going to be in such a rush. There's going to be so much to do that the time spent home is actually going to be less. So I
yeah.
really feel like let's just soak in all the love that we can get currently.
And my next question, but you are such that has this constant pressure, and now being a mom.
Sorry, I missed you there a little bit. Sorry, can you just repeat that again? I missed the last few
Yeah,
sentences.
sorry, I said there was a bit of a connection issue. I say, how does it feel to be a public figure and have this constant pressure while being a mom, a brand new mom, that is?
I think we live in such a time that everything is so exposed. The whole
Yeah,
world is so exposed to everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing, the things which could hide under a rug. So I just really just I took a point. I think that's why also with being her coming out now only was just for us to really understand the gravity of one, what we're doing,
yeah,
to fully understand what it means to share her with the world and what comes with sharing her with the world. And even for myself as a mom, I think the one thing I really wanted to do was to be completely honest with other moms, to be completely honest with them and tell them exactly the truth that I go through, that I've experienced as a new mom, and the challenges that I've faced, and the things that I find amazing, and the things that I find hard. Because parenting is hard, being a mom is hard, being a working mom is
absolutely.
hard. Just being a mom on its own is a full time commitment, it's a full time job. And I think it's important for us to tell the truth about it. That not everything is rainbows and butterflies. Yes, there are rainbows and butterflies that really is amazing, but you're gonna wake up for your little rainbow and your butterfly at 3 a.m. in the morning and you're too tired to do it. But you have to do it anyway, because looking at
Yeah,
them gives you that sense of why you're doing what you're doing. But nonetheless, it's still hard on you to have to wake up at 3 a.m. No one likes to wake up at 3 a.m. Do you know what I mean? So I think being a public figure has helped me in the sense that I'm able to help a whole lot more moms voice out how they feel and what they wish they could tell other people. And I'm able to share my experiences opening up to other moms that they're able to feel comfortable with whatever that
yeah,
they're going through, that it's not just themselves only. It's not just isolated to them, it happens to everyone. And I think that's
absolutely.
what it really means for me being a mom, has opened up a whole new village of love and support that I have just been pouring out for me since the beginning of my journey. And I'm forever grateful for it.
I watched your post yesterday where you shared quite a vulnerable moment, and just telling your fans that you are so grateful for them being there for you,
Hmm.
because you are sharing being with them and
Hmm.
sharing your journey as a mom with them. And like you said, there are times where people can be quite nasty
Hmm.
about it, and so you have had to learn to be quite strong during this time. Am I right?
Definitely. And I think being strong, it comes with just being a mom. And
Yeah,
sometimes I feel like I wish we didn't have to be strong. I wish that people just knew better. I wish that people just
yeah,
behaved better, that people wouldn't have to be strong for their emotions. People didn't have to be scared to share their kids
Yeah.
with the world. People don't have to be scared to even share their bodies or their insecurities with the world because people are so cool. And I feel like society needs to rewire how they view women and how we view our bodies, all of us in general. And I think particularly to new moms, particularly to moms in general, because our body goes through such
So
drastic changes
many.
sometimes, so many changes emotionally. We go through so much as well that people need to understand that. And people need to know that you're going to come to a person. Can your words that you speak always be words of upliftment, words that are kind, and words that are
Absolutely.
good?
Absolutely. And you know, women, from woman to woman, we need to be there for each other. We need to be able
Completely.
to uplift each other. And it's not
Mm,
always like that. And I feel for
mm.
you as a public figure. How do you now, how do you find it that you can separate your personal from your public life? Is that something you are able to do?
I think I've been able to do it quite well over the years. I think I learned quite early that anything that I put out there is my narrative to share. So we live in, thank goodness, in South Africa where there's no paparazzi chasing you around when you go to the shops. But like, I'm able to share my
Yeah.
stories and what I want to share when I'm comfortable doing it. So everything
Yeah.
that I share is from me, my heart, and what I think I'm okay with people knowing and people seeing. Even when it comes to my husband, people know that I'm married. They know that he exists. They know that he's there every day, but they don't need to see him because he's not part of my industry. He's not a part of what I do. So I don't think I should share him with the people because he doesn't want to go to Woolworths or like any grocery shop and be recognized by somebody because that's not what he
Yeah.
does. So I have to protect the people that are in my life as well, and the people that are closest to my heart, the people I want to protect the most. So I just had to learn that what I'm comfortable sharing is what I put out there, and what I'm not is what I don't share. And I think that my supporters have really been so kind enough to actually understand that about me and to accept it as well. So they've been very accepting of what I show and what I don't show.
Is this one of the reasons why we refer to your beautiful baby as Bean?
Yes, that is definitely why.
And I love that because you respect the fact that people like Bean, like your husband, didn't actually say and sign up
Hmm,
for this public life just
they
because
didn't.
you are part of it. So I love
Hmm.
that. And I love the fact that you respect their space and they obviously give you your space to be the public figure that you need to be when it comes to that. So,
And I must add that I'm really grateful the fact that people are able to accept that as well. That a lot
absolutely.
of the people that follow me, people that support me, understand that I show them just enough because I share so much of myself. Personally, I share
Yeah.
almost everything of myself. And the little bits that I add on with my family and stuff are also really great and well received, but they also know that there's boundaries to it. And I think that's really, really amazing and something I always like tell them that it blows my mind that they're also understanding of it. I really, really do appreciate that.
And you really do have a following that absolutely loves who you are. They love you for you. And I just love that. So, what have you guys been doing during this lockdown to keep your minds on the straight and narrow? How have you been keeping busy?
To tell you the truth, babe, you know what? The past couple of weeks, I really have not been myself completely. Like, I think I always do like updates in the morning, and I even stopped doing that because my mind is just not really 100% okay. And because of the gravity of what's really happening, I'm that person that it
Yeah,
takes things, internalize them, and then I can't sleep at night. My husband always tells me all the time that, love, you need to be able to take things in and be able to let them go. I battle to let them go. Like I just stay with them for so long. And we read on the news and we listen to the news and we watch on Twitter updates that companies are closing down, people losing their jobs. And for me, I always think, okay, that company shut down, but how many people work there? And those
yeah.
people, how many people do they support? And
Wow.
those families are going to be greatly affected by it. So I literally go down the hierarchy of people that are going to be greatly affected by this company shutting down. There's not just but one company that loses the money. It's about households that are
It's about
losing a person.
everybody.
It's about everybody. And the
Yeah,
fact that we are and the point that we're in a point of privilege. The fact that we actually can be on our phones and on our cell phones, we don't have enough money to even buy data. Do you
so
know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah,
That so many people actually don't even have that luxury of being able to buy data. And I feel like we need to really draw back once again to wake up in the morning and say a gratitude prayer. Or when you go to bed, you just list the things that you're grateful for and send them out to the universe because a lot can happen. A lot of changes are happening drastically
absolutely.
all the time. And if you are able to help the next person, just try help them out because some people won't be able to voice out what they're going through. I mean, the people that need the most help, I actually always say they won't be on social media because they don't even have a smartphone.
Exactly. Exactly. And
So,
it's during this time we have to really take stock, personal stock of our lives and
mm,
say, what
mm,
is it that we actually have that we should be grateful for. We should really be
mm,
counting our blessings during this time,
mm,
because like you say, not everybody has this. Not everybody has
mm.
this first world problems that we do, you know.
Definitely.
And I love that about the fact that you are saying that this is the kind of thing that's on your mind. But how do you yes, you're unable to process it right now, but in the bigger scheme of things, how do you work through that, knowing also that you have your husband and your baby to be there, to be for, to be in a
To
good
be there for,
space for.
yes, yes, yes. I look at them as exactly what you just said. I look at them and then I realize that I am blessed and I'm so grateful for what I have. And I say my gratitude, the things that I'm happy to have. And then if I want to have a good cry about it, I have a good cry about it. And then I try to let it go. And then I try to help out as many people as I possibly can. And it's really just a matter of being accountable for every day that you are doing something good
So
for
good.
yourself and
So
your
good.
and your family, because you can't be in a bad mindset. So sometimes I go out for a walk in the garden. I will just sit in the sun for a little bit, get some air out. I will watch a series that I enjoy, take my mind off things. Literally, I will write things down. I'll be on social media. I play games with my family on WhatsApp. I think there's many, many things that we've coping mechanisms that we had to find that bring the people that we love closer to us you know. So I've had to download things like House Party, where I have like a video call with all my cousins at night to play games on there.
That
It's
is so
really, really
cool.
fun. It's really fun. Like House Party is really, really great for family, especially. We play
Yeah,
WhatsApp games at night, like those riddles and like those like games that you figure
I
things
get them
out.
all the time. Yeah.
We play those at night. I call my cousins all the time and my friends. So I think it's really, really a point of trying to find a means to get connected to people, because I'm such I love people. I love hanging around people. So the other day, funny story is that because our walls are quite high with my neighbor, we're
Yeah.
able to find a perfect spot where I'm able to speak to her through her kitchen, and I'm in our beans nursery window and
Oh,
able to
that's so
speak
cute.
quite nicely with each other. So because we can't have physical contact. So able to chat with each other. I think we stayed there for maybe like a good almost an hour, just chatting away.
Wow.
She was looking at Bean and playing with her. For me, it's things like that that really just get me going. That okay, gosh, I was able to see my neighbor today. I was able to speak to her today, and just to see another person and just speak to them. I think it's really, really, really great. And I think that's the one thing that we can all try and manage by just to bring what we love closer to us as much as we can.
That is so beautiful. I've been baking a lot, and I've been
Can I
sending
come
a
stay
lot
with
of my
you?
baking to my neighbors. So, have you been baking, Linda?
I have no, no. I think I baked twice. I baked twice, but Emma's
Okay.
really great at baking. So Emma bakes us banana bread, and then all have some. And luckily, Bean gets a birthday cake every month. So
Oh,
we've been
that's so
getting
cute.
that. And then I wish I stayed with you because I love cake. I love cake so much. I wish I could
Next
live with
time,
you
next time.
because I love cake. So what I have been doing is trying new takeaway recipes because I love takeaways. But oddly enough, I don't feel like having takeaways now that they're open. Is that weird? That's so strange, hey?
No, I totally get you, because since we've had level 4, I haven't had takeaways. It hasn't bothered me much.
I think I had chicken licken yesterday. I'm just like, I had one, but this is really not what I was expecting anymore. Like, you
Oh.
know what I mean? Just like, I know, I was a bit sad. I'm like, I really was like,
It's because our taste buds have totally
have
adapted
changed,
to not
right?
having it. So, I mean, I
Hmm.
totally, you're making me sad because I've been wishing for chicken licken forever. So,
Babe, I really hope maybe you have a better experience than I did. Our whole family was just very
well,
disappointed in ourselves as well. Are we healthy Hollies now? What's going on? I'm just like, no, I don't think that's us. So I try and recreate like a lot of menus. I mean, a lot of like cooks and chefs on Instagram have been like posting food that's inspired by different restaurants and stuff. So we've maybe making like KFC at home or making like
or Nando's chicken.
Nando's chicken, And I've actually been doing stories before where I post a similar meal and then I just put like a little Nando's sign or a little
That's so
Wimpy sign
cute.
for like a breakfast, just to keep myself going, just entertaining myself. So I think that's really just like finding different ways to cope with lockdown and just eating our way through it, because that's what I've been doing. I've just been eating my way through lockdown. I've
Well,
been
it
eating
doesn't
every
show.
day.
You look absolutely
Oh,
good.
gosh, thank
You
you.
look
Please.
great.
It's this oversized my husband's top that's helping me a lot, but thank you so much.
Well, I mean, and talking about you looking good, does that mean you've been keeping fit and also joining the bandwagon of everybody doing at-home workouts? Okay, I see your face
No.
says it all.
The only bandwagon I'm on is the one that I'm eating through. Like I'm on a seafood diet, basically. I see food and I eat it. That's literally
Well,
me.
you and me both.
I wish I could. I wish I was that person exercises and like like gyms and does things like that. But I'm actually really not. It's such a mission. My husband has been like trying to gym with me in the morning, so he does a bit of exercises with me for like 30 minutes every morning. I think that's kind of helped me a bit. But in general, I am definitely not a health person. Like I wish I could just lie down somewhere and just have my fat drained miraculously from my body. If I could do that, I'd sign up in a heartbeat.
You are really looking good. I don't actually know where you are hiding all this fat, but
Oh,
anyway,
goodness, thank you.
I'll take your word for it. We have this little game I want to play with you. So if you bear with me, it's an apples and oranges game. So I'm just gonna go very quickly, and you will just give me the answer. Okay, are you cool?
Okay, wait.
So tea or coffee,
Coffee.
day or night,
Night.
summer or winter,
Winter. I think I'm older. I like winter now that I'm older. As a kid, I like summer. Yes, sorry, continue.
money or fame.
Money.
Hey, I like that. Acting or singing,
Singing, truthfully, if I could, I would. I'd be a singer, but I'll take acting. I love it.
cats or dogs.
Dogs. I love dogs. I have two.
You and me. Savory or sweet.
Sweet,
Ugh.
definitely.
Movies or books.
Movies. Oh, I read one page and I fall asleep. Definitely movies.
You're so funny. Biggest phobia. What's your biggest phobia?
My biggest phobia, gosh, what am I really scared of? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really scared of anything that much that I have a phobia of it. Oddly enough, I actually don't have a phobia. I
No
don't.
spiders?
I can kill them, so I'm not that scared of them.
Hey, okay. Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Definitely Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard you say you were Netflix or you like series. What series do you like?
Whoa, gosh, wow, that's a whole nother conversation on its own because I watch so much stuff. But okay, can I name a few?
Name them.
Okay, so if you really want something to binge on, that's very like brilliant. I'd
Okay.
really have to say that you have to watch Homeland. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
So good. It has 7 seasons, eight technically, but it's 8 seasons, and like each episode's like 40 minutes or like an hour long. Brilliant stuff for us to sit and watch.
Cool.
And
Cool.
if you want something that's lighthearted and really, really funny to watch at home, I would say Kim's Convenience Store on Netflix.
Okay.
I love it. It's so
I've seen
funny.
that.
It's just like that nice humor that just doesn't stress you away too much. And if you want something that's like really like dark and it's like gets your blood pumping, what I've watched recently, just finished it now, was Gangs of London. Oh,
Wow.
really, really good. Like it's brilliantly written. And what else do I really like? And Community on Netflix. That's also very
I love
funny.
Community.
Just like something
Absolutely
lighthearted
love.
to watch. And what else did I watch now? Gosh. I have just my husband and my mom. We watch shows together, but that's top of my head. Those are ones I can listen and say that I really, really like. Those are
Absolutely love
definitely
it.
my favorites.
Have you watched Money Heist?
Yes, oh my gosh, Money Heist. How can I forget about Money Heist, girl? Tell you the truth, I actually judged my brother for sleeping at 5 a.m. I'm like, what are you watching this stupid show for? You're sleeping at 5 a.m. in the morning. We don't understand. We're going to bed. I don't get why you're watching it so much. Then me, my mom, and my husband started because we tried to watch it at first and we didn't really like it that
Yeah.
much. Then we cut it
Slow,
off.
like it's slow, yeah.
So slow starts, right? And then during the lockdown, we're like, okay, gosh, let's just watch this so we can actually all see. So it's my mom, my husband, and myself. Did we not sleep at 3 a.m. watching this show? I'd
Wow.
literally,
Wow.
it was so terrible. We'd sleep at 3 a.m. for watching it because it was really, really brilliant. So Money Heist is definitely, definitely up
It's
there as
definitely
well.
one
Thoroughly
top of
enjoyed
my
it.
list.
It's very, very good. Like it's really, really, really good. Prison Break, I watched it, I didn't finish it. I think after like two seasons, it just
I
they
was
don't
also
get to the
like,
point
so
for
how many
me.
times are you gonna break out of jail?
How many times? I really just feel like if it gets to a point where there's no ending for it, it just I lose interest. And if
It
as a
just
new mom, I
drags.
would also rate as a parent in general, also recommend watching Babies on Netflix. It was so informative and just looking
Okay.
at the world through a baby's eyes.
Baby's eyes.
It was so informative. I think I just watched it recently when Bean was maybe about 3 months. So when you're watching, like, oh my gosh, so many aha moments. So if you are a parent, definitely watch Babies on Netflix.
I'm definitely going to keep a lookout for the recommendations, especially babies. Also, just because I
Mm.
like to learn a lot as I go along.
Yes, it's
Linda,
very
our time
informative.
has run out. Can you believe it?
Gosh, I'm the chatterbox. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
I've
here.
absolutely
I'm
enjoyed
literally
chatting to you.
all the
It has
time.
been so
I'm so
cool.
bad. Thank you so much for having me. It
You
really,
are
really was amazing.
such a cool little person. I just want to
So
chat
are
to.
you. I could talk to you forever, man.
Thank you
Don't
so
tempt
much
me
for
because I could.
joining us this afternoon. There are tons of questions. I'm going to see if I can send them through to you because they are for you from your fans and
Okay.
from our fans. But I think we've generally covered most of them. Everybody wanted to know how you keep in shape. Everybody wanted to know how you stay so beautiful. And everybody wanted to know how you entertain yourself during lockdown. So thank you so much for taking the time this afternoon
Thank you
and
for
just
having
spending it
me.
with us. It has been loads of fun, and you've given us so many great recommendations to go and binge watch. So I'm going to start this afternoon.
I'm
Thank you
actually
so much,
jealous. I wish I could
Linda.
rewatch some. Thank you so much for having me. It was really, really awesome. Have a great day. Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everybody.